Hey guys, welcome to a beautiful winter's evening at Seville Estate. Might take this off. Mike is still wearing his mask and we're socially distancing as much as possible, and as of tomorrow we'll all be wearing these, but right for now we're just going to pop that down and have a bit of a chat about everything here at Seville's. So we've redeployed all of our team out into the beautiful vineyard here. So this is our original block from the 70s. Today the guys went through and pruned our Cabernet and actually tied that down, and they've all gone home, which leaves myself and Soren, our head chef here, having a beer, a glass of wine, and we're going to have a chat to you about some food, a little bit of a virtual pack that we're launching, and yeah, just have a chat, shoot the shit about what's happening here at Seville Estate. What do you got there, Sozzle?
I'm enjoying myself a Watts River Blonde right now. Just getting ready to cure some salmon, make some lavash, and make a bit of truffle honey.
Cool.
Which pretty tasty. Be a nice little dish that's going to be on the Seville at Home packs this week. Next week.
31st.
31st. So, yeah.
Gotta love the sunset, look at that. It's pretty good. And we're just drinking a little bit of estate Chardonnay just while we're doing this. Come on in guys, and let's have a little look at what we're doing. This is the original homestead that I think a lot of people would know that we have here at Seville. So this is normally an accommodation, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, great pool, good party house. We've had plenty of parties in this house. But we're obviously not allowed to use it at the moment, so we're just doing a few different things. We have been using it for private dining, so this room in here, with its own fireplace, etc., we've been using as private dining when we were able. We had a month there where we weren't in lockdown, so we came out of the first lockdown, back into lockdown now, but the month in between, we actually use this space pretty heavily. So groups of up to 8 were coming and having lunch in here, and Soren would be cooking in the kitchen, and then through in the other room. Should we go and have a quick look at that? Just while Soren gets himself organised. So just into this room as well, this was another little private space that we were using, again with a fireplace and a place where you can chill out, access out onto the deck, the balcony overlooking the garden. So it's a really super cool space, great for, you know, private lunches, and we hope once that this lockdown is over and we've dealt with, you know, the situation at hand, that we'll be able to offer that again to guests. So keep an eye on the socials for when that's happening. But for now, it's the big man Sozzle who's going to cook us, or show us how we prep a couple of dishes.
Right. So first up, we're going to cure some salmon. It's going to be served with some peppered lavash and truffled honey and yogurt. So first up, we're going to make a cure mix, which we need equal parts sugar and salt. So because I'm only going to make a small amount today, we're only going to need to use a small amount. So I've got 180 grams of salt, just table salt. And then I've got 180 grams of caster sugar. But you could easily use raw sugar, demerara sugar, brown sugar, all delicious. So into this, which is essentially a basic cure now, 50-50 cure, we want to add some aromats. So we're going to use some fennel, some peppercorn, some juniper and some coriander seed. As far as how much you add, the more flavoursome it's going to be. Don't hold back, really.
Question from a viewer, Soren. When are you moving to the buggy?
That'll be in next week's show.
Was that question from Dylan Oman by any chance?
It was from someone named Caroline.
Ah, right, okay, yeah. We like to keep things fluid. The buggy will definitely be appearing in the next episode of, you know, Soren at Home.
Another viewer says, "Hello, Daddy."
Ah, that's your long lost daughter.
Oh, is it? Hello, Daddy. So fennel. What are we going to do? We're going to do 2 tablespoons of fennel. Peppercorns, same deal, 2 tablespoons. And some coriander, same again. So now we're just going to toast those up until they become fragrant. And we're going to grind them up in a spice grinder with some juniper and then add it to our cure mixture.
Should be good.
Alright, yeah. Might take one moment. So, we'll clean up some salmon while we're waiting for that to toast.
Is this local salmon? Is this, I know we use King Aura salmon a lot.
This is the New Zealand King Aura salmon.
So not local, but probably the most, or one of the most sustainable.
The most sustainable and by far the most delicious.
Yeah, delicious is important. This Chardonnay that I'm drinking right now is actually pretty delicious, just while we're talking about delicious. This is our 2018 Estate Chardonnay. Beautiful, it's from a block just behind us down through here. Really nice. It's probably going to go very well with this dish, I would imagine.
For sure.
Someone wants to know if Dylan is excited about the 2021 Halliday Wine Companion coming out soon.
He actually is very excited about that. Yeah, we always look forward to that. I remember the phone call when we won the Halliday Winery of the Year a couple of years ago, and he was elated, to say the least. So yeah, I think he's looking forward to that. I think we've got high hopes for a few wines. So yeah, wines look pretty good. And that release actually will get pushed back a little bit. So normally we do our release weekend in September and have a big, tasting in the winery. But given the current situation and Corona and, where we're at, that probably will get pushed back, I'm imagining, into kind of October time. But stay tuned for that, because that's always a good weekend.
Alright, I think it's looking good. Smell that. How good's that? Yum. You know it's ready? You know it's ready when it's nice and fragrant. Fills the air. Yeah. Alright. So again, to this mix, we're just going to add the same amount, 2 tablespoons of juniper berries, and then blend these up.
Is this here's one I prepared earlier comes along, or not quite?
No, not quite.
Not quite?
No, we're not there yet.
No. Cool.
But I am excited because I've always wanted to do that, and I will. Here's one I prepared earlier. That's it, perfect, nice coarse grind. Actually, got 2 coarse.
Do you want to tell the viewers about the balance of what you're smelling there, Soren? I can't.
Fennelly gin is essentially what I get here. It's just, yeah, the juniper really comes through, and for me, it's by far the best flavour to add to this sort of cure. So straight into our sugar and salt mixture. Right, so I'm going to lay this down. There's a few different ways you can do this. You can completely cover the fish in this, or you can give it a light coating and then wrap it in cling wrap or cryovac if you've got a cryovac machine.
Yeah, juniper and the cumin are really strong in that.
Yeah, yep. So we are just going to give this a really nice coat.
Would this work for other items?
Oh, for sure. You could use this same cure on all sorts of different fish. I mean, for me, doing Aura King or Tasmanian ocean trout are the best. But you could do this cure on kingfish or any sort of firm white flesh fish would work just fine.
Yeah, and we've had kingfish on the menu in the restaurant
numerous times
over the 2 years. So. The weekend, actually, one of the weekends while we were able to trade, the restaurant celebrated its 2nd birthday. So Soren's been with us now for 2 and a bit years. We've seen quite a bit of change, I would say, in that time.
Definitely.
Yeah, but we've also seen some pretty good dishes. Yeah. We've learned some pretty good dishes. We've drank some great booze. Had some good parties, have we not?
We have. We have. Classic Seville Estate stuff parties.
Yep.
Cool. So wrap this up and then leave it for 12 to 18 hours or so in the fridge. So now that we've got some time on our hands, we might make some lavash.
Awesome.
So lavash is just a really simple wafer that we use as a cracker on our cheese board. You know, you could serve it with any kind of dip, and in this case we're going to use it as the cracker to serve our cured salmon on. So really simple to make, super delicious, just really easy. It's so cheap too. So you know, if you had a KitchenAid, you could use a KitchenAid for this, but because we're making such a small amount, I'll just use my hands. I've got equal parts here, plain flour and an organic stone ground flour. If you don't have organic stone ground flour, that's fine. Just use plain flour, it's all good. So I've got 400 grams in total in here. I'm now going to add 250 mils of water.
Is that one that you prepared earlier?
This is not one I prepared earlier, no. I've got 120 mils of olive oil. And essentially that, with a little bit of salt to make it taste nice, would be lavash. You know, in which you could add all sorts of things. You could add dried herbs, you could add spices, all sorts. My personal preference is pepper. So, we're going to add a good amount of pepper. I'm probably adding a tablespoon of pepper in here. And a good helping of salt. This. And it'll just come together as a nice dough, a little bit wet. Just have a little bit of flour on hand, and then this dough for the lavash wants a little kneading. So, you know, onto the bench. A bit of flour. And we're just going to give that a quick knead.
So while Soren's kneading that, Tony, how often are you going to do these things for your Seville Estate viewers?
We'll be doing this every Wednesday at 5 o'clock for the next 3 to 4 weeks, and we'll just sort of see how we're going. Like we said, we'll get out in the buggy next week. We're going to talk to Andrew about some pruning out in the vineyard. I think Dylan is going to have a bit of a chat about the vintage wrap for 2020, which, you know, it was another great thing that happened in 2020. Vintage wasn't a great year here in the Yarra Valley, but we've still made some pretty good wines. So he'll be putting together a little chat about that, and we think that we may have something a little bit special just to finish up on, and hopefully to come back, you know, back out of lockdown. So we'll sort of see what happens with that. Yeah. In the interim, should we have a little look at some wines while Soren's just rolling that out? So this is just another little initiative that we've got happening at the moment. So this is also happening on July 31st. So Seville at Home will be sending those food packs out on Friday between 2 and 6. And this is a virtual tasting pack that we've put together, or Dylan's put together. So there's 5 wines in there, a Riesling, a Chardonnay, a Pinot, and a Shiraz, all from our estate range. So this pack is $267. But the best thing about this pack is we're actually doing a Pinot vertical. So you asked before, Mike, about the 2020 holiday or 2021 holiday book. This is 2019 Reserve Pinot. So what we are doing is a little pre-release pack, which also includes our 2017 Pinot, which won Australia's Best Pinot for 2019, and was one of the wines that scored 99 points in that holiday book. So we've got pretty high hopes for the 2019. So this little pack, you purchase this pack, we send out 2 little vials of those wines. So there's a vial of the 2017 museum release, and there's also a little vial of the 2019 pre-release. And you purchase the pack, we send it out to you, and then on Friday the 31st you'll get invited to a Zoom meeting, which we can then crack these 3 wines. Dylan will be on hand to chat through and basically just, talk everything Seville estate, and basically talk through these different vintages. 17, 18 and 19 in the valley were very different experiences, and we made some pretty good wines. But hopefully this 2019 is going to get some pretty good scores in that holiday book that's coming out soon. So if anybody's interested, these are available on our website, and we are shipping pretty much every day. We've partnered with Hop It. I don't know if everybody knows Hop It, small little company that used to do tours out to the valley and bring lots of people out and support the valley in general. They've now switched to a kind of delivery model, so we've been using them just to try and help, us all stick together and get through this this crazy time that we're in. So yeah, so this is a great little pack, and is available now. So
there's a fair bit of love for the idea, Tony.
Yeah, I think it's a good, I think it's a really great way to spend a Friday night. You could order Seville at home, whilst that's cooking or somebody's cooking that, you could actually experience this masterclass. This masterclass is going to happen at 5:30 on the 31st. So, I imagine it's probably going to go for an hour. Dylan will talk you through the wines, and then you can enjoy some of this beautiful food. So, should we see what he's got up to? Where are you up to?
All right, so we've made our dough. We've let it rest for at least half an hour, and now we've rolled it out. Beautiful, look at that, unreal. So
how thick did you want that?
I wanted that to be, what is that? 2 mils. 2 mils, basically as thin as you can roll it.
This is a great ISO recipe, isn't it?
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
An alternative to sourdough.
Exactly. So when you're done with making sourdough and naan bread, move on to perfecting lavash.
Yeah. Look, I've made so much of this stuff at home. I've just got stockpiles of it because it's so good. Get home from work, just lavash, dip, yum. So there we go. That's where I'm at. I've pinned it out to that. To turn off floured. It's going to go into a 165-degree oven. And that's going to take about 20 minutes or so. It might take a little longer, 25. 25.
You guys actually went up there, didn't you?
We did. Yes, we went on a little excursion and hung out with Adrian and his Brittany Spaniel Lily. Gorgeous dog. Yep. Funny truffle dog that gets very, very sidetracked. But yeah. It was a great day, great experience going up there to Boston. And, pulling truffles straight out of the ground. Unreal.
Is that the first time you've done that?
The first time I've done that. So, it's very exciting for me. Loved it. All right, lavash is cooking, salmon's curing. We're going to make some truffle honey. So, we need some honey. So, I have a very small amount here, just because I only need a very small amount. So I've probably got, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of honey.
Did someone nick your truffle?
No, it's there. Surely. I think it's there. It should be there. It's not there. We're not making truffle honey.
Yeah. We might just be making honey, but that's fine. We did have a truffle. The truffle was in here. I saw it with my own eyes. Did you put it?
No, we literally lost the truffle. Aha, found the truffle.
Found the truffle.
Yes, good.
Found the truffle.
That's good. Alright, so nice little, 15-gram black truffle. All I'm trying to do here is warm up the honey. While I'm warming the honey, I need to make some truffle-infused oil. So I just have a very small amount here of vegetable oil, which I don't want to get too hot. I just want it to be warm enough to really extract the flavours out of this truffle. So just
Here's a question for you, Soren.
Yes.
When you do the private dining, is this do you cook in here?
Yes, absolutely. I'll do most of the most of the preparations in the big kitchen, and then do my best to execute it from over here. which it's proven to be a great little kitchen to do it. So I hope we get to do more.
Yeah.
Right, so
And Tony, what's the reaction from diners been to the?
It's been really good. We were lucky that when we first offered the private dining, we had a review in the Australian Financial Review, and off the back of that, we've actually got quite a few bookings and stuff. But I think it's a really cool concept. You know, if you're worried about coming back into the world, you know, after isolation, and you only want to see your family, which you've probably already been in contact with, it's the perfect solution for that because you've got a private bathroom, you're not really intermingling with a lot of other people, you know, it's you, it's your family, you're in a room here, you're having a great lunch, you're having a great time, you've got a fireplace, it's a beautiful setting to have, you know, a family lunch. And I think, you know, the feedback has been 100%, you know, positive.
yeah,
You know.
unreal.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're very lucky to have the ability to adapt, and we've been really adaptable. You know, the team has been phenomenal to kind of just step up into like a different, you know, model. You know, there's not many people. If you said to a chef, "Oh, next year you're going to be pruning the vineyard," they would laugh their balls off. You know, but I think we've been very lucky, and you know, everybody's out there doing the hard work, and hopefully, when this is all over, you know, we can come back stronger with a better experience for guests. You know, so yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, how are we going for time? How quickly do I need to work? Very quickly? All right, beauty. So, we've got our nice truffle-infused oil that we're going to emulsify into our warm honey. So, warm honey, warm oil, really slowly drizzling it in. Oh, so good. Cool.
What's the aroma there, Soren?
Oh, just deep, earthy truffle. Can't even smell the honey now anymore. It's just truffle. So good. And it comes together a nice, thick, glossy, emulsified joy. All right, let's put this together. So, our lavash has been toasting for at least 20-25 minutes. Wow, look at that, ready to go. Beautiful. Just broken up into shards. Perfect. Our salmon that's been curing for at least 12 to 18 hours. Ready to come out off the cure.
This is your moment.
This is my moment. Here's one I prepared earlier. So now, don't be shy. Just run it under a tap. Wash the excess salt and sugar off. And you just feel you've got a nice firm texture. Because it's 50-50 sugar and salt, it won't be too salty, it's just really nicely balanced. And that's good. This is a tail end, so it cured quite quickly. Obviously, with the fatter end of a fillet, you might want to leave it on the cure for a little bit longer. But nice and firm. Where is my paper towel? So...
A glass of shardy while you're doing that, chef?
I would love a glass of shardy while I'm doing this, please, man. Oh, thank you, muchly. Can you possibly grab me the yogurt out of the fridge, mate?
So this is one of the dishes on the Seville at home, isn't it?
It is. This will be the very first course for
So we
them.
can pretend that we're at home,
Yeah,
and I'm just helping you out there.
absolutely.
Someone wants to know the last time you fired up the Arga.
To be honest, I don't even think it works. It's purely ornamental, is it not?
It is purely ornamental. So when we did the refit of the house, the Arga was one of the things that obviously, you know, Leora wanted to keep, but yeah, it's not functional, unfortunately. All the design work here was actually done by Leora Mendelssohn. So at Welcome to Here is a really good interior architecture practice. So yeah, if you've got any needs, get in contact with her. She's great. Here we go, chef. There's your.
Beautiful. Oh, look at that. We've got some herbs picked from the garden.
Yep, I did that myself.
Oh, thank you very much, Tony. All right. Just gonna lay all this out.
That looks yum.
Mmm.
And the smells in here, people, I know you can't smell at home, but the smells in here are beautiful. You know, that juniper, cumin, stonking, glass of shardy, happy days.
Yummo. Cool, so just get the yogurt on there. There's no right or wrong way to apply your sauces in this manner. You want a little bit of everything. Alright. Got our yogurt, some truffle honey.
Yum.
And then just a few little micro herbs that we've got growing in the garden. So a little bit of chickweed, a little bit of miner's lettuce. Thank you, Tony. And then just a very generous amount of our peppered lavash. Yum, yum. That will be our first course on the Seville at home.
So all of the dishes actually come with a little recipe card, which I've got here. So, you know, it's pretty easy to put together. All of these dishes that you order will basically come as their components, and then you get a little recipe card which basically just tells you exactly what Soren just did, and you can put it together in your own home. So it's a really cool little, you know, concept. So on the menu is a cured ocean trout, followed by a toasted gnocchi with broccoli, peas and pecorino, and then finishing off with a chicken breast with mushroom parfait and mixed Monbulk mushrooms from King Oyster Mushrooms, which again is another local produce supplier that we tend to use a lot. Is there anything from Romaro this time round on this menu?
We'll see. Well, depending on with the orders when they come in, we might be able to get some of the brassicas for the gnocchi from Romaro. A good friend Oliver down there. Yeah, so it'll be a good one ultimately. We'll get our mushrooms from John at King Oyster, we'll get our truffle from Adrian at Buxton Truffles, and yeah, hopefully get in a Romaro order. So
Yeah, cool. Supporting local business. So
How far afield are you delivering, Tony?
we are going all the way to the city. So yeah, if anybody's got any interest in Seville at home, you can shoot us a private message on Instagram, and we can kind of figure out where you're at, and you know, we can deliver. I did have an inquiry yesterday to deliver to Frankston, which I said we'll happily do, but it obviously will attract a delivery fee. But yeah, shoot us a message, shoot us an email, experience at Seville Estate if you're interested in any of the offers that we've seen today. We hope that everybody stays safe. We hope that, you know, this lockdown is a really short lockdown, but once it's over...
is it wrong if I feed you this?
No, it goes to your life. Yeah, baby. I'm going to sign off and eat some, you know, of this beautiful cured salmon with the truffle honey. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, next Wednesday, with Andrew Peggy out in the vineyard at 5 p.m. See you guys.